The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Stained Glass, a Changeling the Dreaming Story. I humbly introduce myself as Maddox the ST.
And I am Mama McStabber, and I am playing, excuse me, I had to clear my throat there. I am playing Priscilla Rowland, who is known as Esmeralda the Eshu.
Hi, everybody. I'm the Ravenous Archon. I'm going to be playing Oscar Holst, who's known as Ridari, and he is a troll of the Sealy Court.
Oh, we're doing courts now, too?
Can if you want.
I'm Mischievous Red, and I'm playing Blair Wilson, or Ace Duran, our lovely Clorotron. Clorotron, how do you say it? Whatever. I'm never going to get it right.
No, that's perfectly fine. Chlorocon, there's a billion ways.
Yep.
It's like Zamisi.
I'm just sort of saying leprechaun.
Our slap-happy leprechaun.
Just don't say it in front of other Chlorocon and you'll be fine.
I'm Unconscious Celestial. I'm playing Eva Oakley, or Vray Very, the Satyr.
And I see no reason to delay any further. When we last left our heroes, we saw a little bit of each individual's home life and where they live, what's going on. And then they all congregated and discussed what was going on, things that they had found on their porch, and et cetera, et cetera. You made your way to a house that was in a very low-income area. It was very obviously falling apart and not really well maintained, with a house that was a mixture of both kind of a sty in places and surprisingly clean. And you also kidnapped a toad and are holding it hostage.
It'll be very well cared for.
And
we're gonna get Foe.
Nobody licked the toad.
It's not that kind of toad, I promise. I see no reason not to start with you all meeting up to head over to the house, unless you feel that there is something that some of you would like to take care of individually first. Actually, no. I'll start this off with a news broadcast. It's been said over the radio, online, TV. Mass hallucinations continue, but their frequency is dropping as the human media is trying to explain the mass enchantment. And you all are starting to notice that less and less humans seem to be enchanted, so it is starting to wear off now. So it was still longer than it should be, but not like an insane amount of extra time. But the big headline of the day is there seems to be a small series of murders that have been happening recently. And the report gives 3 dead in as many nights. Each found in a different area, no correlation between victims. One was an older gentleman, one was a young woman leaving a club, the last was a man locking up a restaurant. All bodies were found with marks that suggested some organ harvesting may have occurred, but the cause of death for each and every one of them was blunt force trauma, probably determined just by bare knuckles or something like that. And the public has been advised, do not be out alone at the moment, be cautious, don't go to seedy areas, things of that nature. But you all can extrapolate that 3 dead in as many nights lines up exactly with when the glamour struck. And with that starting, meet up at the same spot you did last time or somewhere else? Or just at the house?
We'll meet up at the house.
Okay. You all pull up. It's the same as when you left it, which is to say a piece of crap. Do you have the toad or is it somewhere else?
Yeah. I've probably went and bought like a little accoutrement for the enclosure that it's in, like fresh, little like fake trees, like fresh water, things like that.
Just making it clean and tidy and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The toad's still pissy, just constantly. It's
there's literally nothing else I can do for you, my friend. It's you need to get
he's
the
not
chip
complaining.
off your shoulder.
He's just this toad has a permanent scowl, as much as a toad can have a scowl.
And they just kind of look that way.
and you all arrive, except you did get a text from your red cap saying, "Busy, we'll catch up later."
All right. Esmeralda just kind of writes that off, probably no bullshit.
Blair texts back, you owe us, bitch.
All right. There's no response to that, at least
Not expecting a response.
Yeah. All right. I look back to make sure that Oscar has the toad, and then we go up to the front door, and I guess I'll knock. Yeah.
No response.
Then I will open said door.
Okay.
Does it look like anyone's been there recently, or like since we've gone?
Before I answer that, allow me to ask a question. Who's entering first?
I imagine probably like Priscilla or Blair.
I think Priscilla will hold the door and Blair will walk in because Blair seems to be more forward.
All right, then. Let's see how this goes. I need to roll a couple quick dice here for no particular reason.
I'm not about to go inside in front of some ladies. Like, that's unheard of.
Ooh.
You're holding an aquarium with a toad, so you know your hands are kind of full.
I got feet. I got feet. I can hold the door with a foot.
The roll was interesting. Blair, you managed to duck just as a frying pan swings out towards your face the second you walk through the threshold, and it just misses you. And then the assailant jumps back and is holding the frying pan up. You guys see a younger man, you'd guess anywhere from 20 to like 22. He's got brown hair that's kind of unkept and like just sort of pushed back. It's not too long or anything. He has quite a bit of acne scarring along his face. Like when he was a teenager, it never quite healed up properly, so it looks a little pocked in places. And he's currently wearing just like a old black AC/DC shirt, but it is clear that this shirt has been worn a lot because the shades of black are different depending on where you look on the shirt. He has faded jeans and then just look like some combat boots. And as all red caps, he's bloodshot eyes, his skin's an intense sort of textured look to it. He looks incredibly violent. There's just the slightest bit of foam at the corners of his mouth. And he's just now standing there baring his teeth. He doesn't seem like he's trying to intimidate you, because if he was, you guys would know. He's a red cap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Blair's going to punch him or try and punch him.
Okay.
Like, what do we expect here?
I think this is one of those moments where I'm just like, oh no, don't start anything aggressive.
Blair didn't start anything, okay?
No, she's...
No, I want you to hit him.
Yeah.
They're very much in the right of self-defense in this instance.
They are.
Someone just tried to break your nose with a frying pan.
Yeah. And Esmeralda's not stepping across the threshold until this is resolved. So
I want it known that somebody heard me say not to be aggressive, even if the tone wasn't for you not to be aggressive.
He was just like peeking around Oscar, like, what's going on?
Is this strength or dex?
I suppose that depends on, like, are you just trying to like just pop him, or are you trying to get like a solid, like, actual full-on hit in?
I think they're really actually kind of trying to like trip them.
Okay.
To like fall, like, so I guess it's like a punch. I guess it's more, I'm thinking more like,
I'd say
a gut punch, maybe like a gut punch.
Gut punch. All
just
right.
so they like.
So a sucker punch.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, I will say strength brawl.
Okay. That is one success.
Okay. That is just enough for you to actually be able to get some damage in if you want to roll that as well.
I know I asked this last time. How much damage was a fist?
It's bashing and then it's strength bashing, I believe.
What's bashing?
Because it goes to lethal damage when it's
I think you just roll your strength.
Just roll my strength? Okay.
Yeah. Because it's lethal damage when you use like implements or something
Well,
sharp.
that's no successes, so.
No successes. All right. You do still hit him, which stuns him for a second. Doesn't look like it hurt. Seems like he's used to being in fights, but it does still get him to step like another half step back. And he hasn't let go of the frying pan just yet, though.
We have come to talk, ask some questions, maybe get some answers, and we have brought the toad back safely.
Yeah.
Perception, empathy, Esmeralda.
Detail-oriented as a specialty?
Not in this instance.
Okay.
While she's rolling that, I do want to say that if he goes to swing the flying pan again, Blair's gonna do mooch to like steal it.
Oh, to pluck it? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll keep that in the wings.
I'm gonna step in with the toad first, like just kind of like
to show it's there.
Off. Yeah, handing it. No, I want to hand it off. I'm done with this toad now. Like, take this from me.
You just set it on the coffee table.
The margin is 6?
Yes.
Okay, so I got 5 successes. Hang on.
All right.
5 successes.
There is quite a bit of relief on his face when you mentioned that you have the toad.
Mm-hmm. I said in my letter that the toad would be safe. We just wanted to make sure you guys were around to answer questions.
You fucking people. And he goes and sets, just like in the kitchen on the counter, you see he just sets the frying pan down and comes back over. Seriously, who leaves a threatening note? Like, what the fuck?
No one was here.
Yeah, and so you say, be here, be available? What the fuck is that about? Are you a gangster?
How
or some
else
shit?
were we supposed to get a hold of you?
You
Would you
weren't.
come back otherwise? Exactly.
Exactly. And that's the problem because, yeah, we know y'all made a deal with somebody. That started all this mess 3 nights ago.
He reaches over and picks up a fork off the coffee table and just bites 2 of the tines off.
Mm-hmm. I understand you guys are probably just people getting shit for other people, but I need to know who hired you.
Can't say.
Why not?
Why should I tell you?
Because otherwise I give them your names.
Because we'll kill your frog.
Touch Groucho and I rip your face off, you fucking leprechaun.
It's a fitting name.
Groucho.
Okay. So,
that's going to trigger a reaction.
Don't touch the toad.
Blair's not going to touch the toad.
Blair's going to touch a red cap.
No, the red cap's going to touch the toad.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
Because where's it at? Fighting words. So can prod anyone to throwing a punch. Can resist with a difficult willpower save. And decide a fight between target or I guess it's a person. Damn, toad's not a person, is it?
Not in this case. It is very much just a toad.
Damn, never mind.
If it was a puka, it would be a different story. But people tend to fight people for any bullshit reason. People fight animals usually just as a, oh shit, this animal's attacking me. It's harder to ascribe like intent to an animal being aggressive versus a person.
Say that one more time and see what happens.
Look, I already know who made the machine that you delivered.
Who?
I know the mark that was on it.
Oh.
I need to know who made the deal.
You'll work for someone?
Yes.
All right. Tell me who you work for, and I'll give you the info I can.
No, you give me the info you can, and then I'll see if it's worth you knowing who we work for.
We can't tell you much.
All right, and I'm gonna go and pick up the toad.
Because we swore oaths.
You don't know anything about oaths. And I'm gonna start to squeeze the toad.
And that's when he's going to react. He lunges forward and successfully bites into your arm, Oscar.
Okay.
And it fucking hurts.
Well,
because red cap teeth are very sharp. Oddly enough, you only take 1 point of damage, though. And it is
real or chimerical?
That is an excellent question, because you're being bit by a kith, which you guys are chimerical by nature, but all the same, it's his actual fucking teeth.
Yeah.
In this instance, I'll say that red cap teeth deal regular, real damage, as it were.
Okay. So I got 1 point of damage, you said?
1 point of lethal, as you all see the troll blood leak around Snarl's teeth, and he doesn't let go. He's bulldogging this shit, and you hear him mutter through your arm, "Drop him now!"
See, the bad part about putting yourself in this kind of situation, and I grab the base of his throat, and then I just jam my arm and his head into the wall, and I keep going into the next wall. You put yourself in the wrong position, my friend.
Strength athletics.
You got it. Because I can't botch these rolls.
Eva's just watching all of this. Like, she just goes and sits on the couch.
At this point, Priscilla's like, well, that escalated quickly.
And just for you to know, Ava, it's not a couch. It's a futon that is currently flat.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Using a willpower point as well.
And he says I'm violent.
Yeah, I'm reacting.
Yeah. So
And I wasn't.
Priscilla's just like, what the fuck?
Would lifting a specialty count? Because I do lift, bro.
Did you pick that just so you could say that?
You said that you're
100%.
You said that you're,
Raising him
bracing
up
with,
and pushing him
and then
through the wall.
slamming him.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what? I'll say the specialty counts. Why not?
Perfect.
That's an arm raise. Yeah. That's a lifting move.
Bashing him against the walls may be a bit different, but
Because of the 10s, then 6 successes.
Nice.
okay. You knock him unconscious.
Okay. Oh,
Just full on. You
That's a
hit
sturdy
him very
wall.
hard. Oh, it's dented.
no.
But now
dropped
you
the
have an
toad back in-
unconscious red cap.
Yeah, I dropped the toad back in the tank.
Before you do, the toad pisses on your hand.
I had it coming.
And
Well-
now he's just crumpled on the ground.
Okay, then.
You guys do see that there are teeth marks in Oscar's arm that are
Mm.
bleeding because he was bitten by a red cap. Even trolls with enough granite skin, like God.
Yep.
It's weird to see you stone bleed.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, sorry. Junie's the one with the stone thing, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, my mistake. Sorry.
Start going through his pockets.
$1.50
Pocket that.
and a lighter, but no cigarettes.
Pocket that.
Set of brass knuckles.
Put that in the tank with the toad.
The toad crawls and lays on top of them.
While Oscar continues to look, Blair proceeds to grab the knuckles from underneath the toad.
The toad's trying to fight you, but it is a toad.
No phone or anything on this guy?
No phone.
Who doesn't have a phone in this day and age? You and I have a flip phone.
Esmeralda's going to go check the other rooms in the house and check the basement to see if anyone else is here.
There is no one else in this building.
Of course not. So she comes back to the kitchen and scrounges around in the cabinets to see if there's something like coffee or anything to be had in this place while we wait for dude to wake up.
There is a coffee maker. It's an older coffee maker, but it does seem to function. You find filters. There's only about 6 filters left, but And then-
Maybe the smell of coffee, brewing will wake him its ass up.
and then they have a generic brand because
Mhm.
they probably can't afford the nice stuff. But it's coffee.
Is there a first aid kit in the bathroom? Or in the kitchen?
No, there is not.
No,
All
but
right.
she literally grabs like a kitchen towel that looks like it's threadbare and falling apart, and she just tosses it
Mhm.
your way.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
just
kind of see through the towel, but not perfectly.
Yeah, that's fine.
It at least look
The
clean.
The kitchen is the cleanest part
Yeah.
of this house, aside from Fright's room. You're fairly certain.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I'll clean the wound then.
Is there smelling salts in that first aid kit or something?
There's no first
There's
aid
no
kit.
first aid kit.
Oh, duh. You said that. Sorry.
I mean, you
Brain
can
froze.
check the cabinets. They keep this kitchen clean. They got to have something like vinegar or something in here that might wake his ass up.
There is actually, it's not well stocked right now. It looks like it's been sort of neglected a bit in terms of stocking food, which is odd for red caps. Usually red caps have very well stocked kitchens because they need to
Or they're
fucking
not
eat
eating here.
constantly. And searching through the coffee smell is already starting, and the coffee maker is very loud. The
Mhm.
burbling sort of noise is more like a churning noise, but it's still making coffee. And in the cabinets you find, there's different cooking oils and stuff like that. You don't find any vinegar necessarily, but you do see in the fridge that there is a bottle of yellow mustard. That might work.
We could just take him back to Lord Vincent.
We could.
Nobles do kind of have better resources for that.
Priscilla takes her phone out, calls Lord Vincent.
Takes a bit longer to answer than the last time, but he does eventually pick up. Hello?
Hey, so some equipment was delivered by certain individuals that were thought missing, and they're not missing. They were just laying low. We have one.
Which one?
He didn't give his name, but it's not the old one. He claims that he can't tell us much because he's made a promise. So, something you can do about that?
Potentially. It is a serious thing to tell someone to break an oath, whether he is serious about it or not. I don't know if I want the reputation of causing someone to become an oath breaker.
I understand, but I don't know how else we're going to get the answers you're looking for. Because someone made a deal with them to deliver said equipment that caused all this.
What can he tell you? Or what has he told you?
Well, right now he's unconscious.
Nothing right now.
Why is he unconscious?
You better troll.
Yeah, he bit something he couldn't chew off.
I'm assuming it was Rodari. Wait for him to wake up, see if he'll answer any questions, or if he can answer any questions, and if he's still obstinate, bring him to me.
Perfect. And she disconnects.
And as the coffee smell starts to get a bit stronger, you all do see. Have you set him anywhere, like on the futon?
Probably
just
put him
left
on the
floor?
futon.
Okay.
Yeah. So at least he's
probably...
not. So he's not like laid out on the fucking floor. So yeah.
The floor with the really shitty carpet.
Yeah.
Blair's probably trying to tie him up with the tweed jackets.
Yes.
I'm just letting her do her thing at this point, and I'm going to start pouring a cup of coffee to set near him so that the aroma will really be potent near him to see if
You did also see that there were cubes of sugar in one of the cabinets as well as creamer in the fridge.
Okay, so she'll set the coffee down, and then she'll go back and put a little, she'll get a small dish or cup or something to put a couple cubes of sugar in and take the container of cream and a spoon over in case he likes cream and sugar in it.
With my park background, I'm going to guide Blair as to how to create actual knots out of the jackets that she's doing. And just kind of guide under and then come back around and swoop in. It's like a rabbit.
Blair gets really into it, but looks over at Ava really quick. It's take a picture. This will never happen again.
Don't take a picture. This will never happen again.
And Esmeralda says, yes, take a picture. Take a picture.
And
I want you to make good knots. That's all.
Actually, does someone take a picture of this before he starts stirring and waking up?
Absolutely. If Ava doesn't, Priscilla will. Actually, we may both take pictures from different angles.
This is what they mean by do gay be crimes right here.
Do gay be crime. Oh my god. Okay. He starts to shift and come to, and he sits up, shakes his head, and he already looks surprisingly coherent for having been knocked out. You can sort of guess that this individual probably gets in a lot of fights.
Mm-hmm. I made some coffee in case you'd like some.
He looks at the coffee and then looks around, and his eyes land on Groucho in the tank.
Perfectly safe. Mm-hmm.
Glares at Oscar for a bit.
Still got more of me to go if you want to go another round.
You taste like shit anyways.
Or you can tell us what you can tell us.
So Eva has, I'm not sure if this would really work. Eva has friendly phase. So since Eva's already sitting beside him, she's like, look, just tell us what you can. And even if it's I know, let's play charades or something. Just, you don't have to actually say the words, but give us some sort of clue to who hired you.
We were approached by an person, and that person offered payment up front to house and then later transport the crate. I don't know what was inside, but we were getting it out. We loaded it into Malice's truck, and then we were heading in to downtown, where different chimera started following us. And then some of them tried to take the crate. I jumped in, managed to get a few of them, and in the scuffle, the crate fell off the truck. And that's when the explosion happened. We were transporting it into downtown to take it into the underground tunnels that run throughout the city. And we were told to leave it there and then go.
All of this started because the three of you are a bunch of fucking idiots.
Hold on, Oski. What did this person say when you didn't do the job right?
They haven't contacted us.
Mm.
We decided it wasn't worth it, cut our losses, and went in hiding. Can you please untie me now?
Don't untie him now.
You're creasing Fright's jackets. He gets so pissy about that.
I mean, technically you're creasing them because they're wrapped around you.
Can you tell me what house that person was from, if you know it?
I don't. They were noble, though.
Seelie or unseelie?
The way they behaved, I'd guess Seelie.
Can you give a notable appearance feature?
Red coat.
Does that mean anything to any of us? No? Okay.
No one that you all would recognize just immediately. And it could have been they were just wearing the coat that day, but
I was thinking about maybe unusual eyes or something, but okay, red coat.
and I think I know where you could get more info.
Okay.
You all know the builder of whatever was in the crate, I'm assuming.
Yes.
She had a private workshop at the best inn. They would know more and maybe could let you in.
Storyteller out of character question. I know that Fright is the one that wears the tweed. Malice is one of them. Who is this one again?
Snarl.
Snarl.
Known as the dumbest, but also probably the fightiest.
Yeah.
Which is impressive that Oscar managed to knock him out.
Thank you for your assistance, Snarl. Please untie him.
Blur will begin untying him, but will also ask, does the dark Beltane blade mean anything to you?
We're in autumn. Beltane's a summer festival, I think. I don't know about any blades or dark.
Don't worry about it.
I would leave the city if I were you.
I'm not leaving my home. He even though it wasn't handcuffs, he does like rub his wrists like people who just got handcuffs off. He reaches into the terrarium and pets the toad a few times, who still is grouchy looking, but is like leaning up to it a bit. He grabs the coffee, downs it. It was still very hot, but he didn't seem to notice.
No. And some noble wanted us to look into it. That's all she says.
Can you at least tell me, House?
Out of character, I've forgotten.
Beaumain.
Beaumain.
Huh. Really?
Yeah.
But there's so many Gwydion.
Yeah. Trust me. That's of note to us too. And she will actually turn off the coffee maker because I know it stays on to keep it heated.
Mm-hmm.
She'll turn it off and says, enjoy the coffee. And we head out.
All right. As you all are heading to it, you do hear something crash inside the house, and then muffled cursing of motherfucking fucker, fucks, fucking, all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's both upset, but also relieved that he's no longer tied up and has his toad back.
Mm-hmm. Did you want to say something, Ava? Oh, no. I saw you raise your hand. Okay.
No, I was just like, peace.
Peace. Bye.
Yeah.
We got what we needed. Thanks.
And as you all are about to get back into your vehicles, he actually comes out the front door and walks up to you all. He looks up at Oscar. Next time you're gonna coerce someone, just torture me. Don't involve the animals.
Just so you're aware, I only squeezed for fun. I didn't squeeze to kill.
Yeah, I've only squeezed people for fun, too.
Yeah, I don't think the toad thought that was fun, Oscar.
And he turns and looks at you, Ava. How's Gar?
Oh, I'm actually not entirely sure at the moment. I know he's pretty bummed out, but
He and I used to race.
Ah, okay. Did you want me to pass along a message, or?
Just tell him I'm thinking of him. Hope he's okay.
Alrighty.
And, do you all want me to tell Fright anything?
You can tell him that we were here and what was discussed. I would have had this discussion with any of you.
probably better it wasn't Malice. He's on edge.
Honestly, all of y'all should be.
I was gonna say, and you aren't.
While I
He just shrugs
understand,
at that.
while I understand it was an accident, this accident has been significant.
We didn't know what we were transporting.
I understand that. As I said, it was an accident. But it was significant. There have been chrysalises in number since.
Yeah. There sure have been. We've found 2.
We know of at least 10.
Fuck me.
Yeah. So this is significant. And besides all the mortals being like, oh my God, you're weird all the time for like 3 days.
There's a
Yeah,
reason you're
again.
seeing my savage side.
Guy at a gas station passed out when I looked at him. I
Yeah.
didn't even know he was enchanted.
Yeah, everyone's been enchanted. More than just the kids.
I think it's even affecting like animals. I've seen animals staring at me weird too.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
right
Chad,
before he
Tell,
sorry.
tell your crew anything you wish. I'm not hiding what we've done.
And if they think of anything else, let us know.
Absolutely.
If someone can make or find an object like that, what else could they do?
Aggie's inventions kind of are infamous around here. We know whose work we were carrying, not what was in it. We never opened the crate. Does anyone have a phone number we can call? Write it down. I'm not good with memory.
Yeah, no, that's fine, actually.
And now that he's in better lighting, you guys do see that it's obvious he gets into fights. His knuckles are still kind of red. One of his ears is swollen from like cauliflower ear. Like he gets in fights quite a lot.
You can actually have this number here, and she just gives him the private number at the bakery.
Okay. All right. And he just shoves it into his pocket. And then you see him like checking his pockets. Did you take everything from him? Like the lighter, the little bit of money, all that, and
I did.
And then,
I didn't take his knuckles. I didn't take his knuckles.
Ace has the knuckles.
Yeah. If looking, so Ace will like hold up the knuckles. It's like, come get him when you want around too. And then winks at him.
Are you being teasing in like a mocking way or a flirting way?
A flirting way.
Charisma expression.
Sure. So I also, I'm gonna get on my dice. I also have outgoing.
That would apply.
Yeah. 3, 4, 1, 2.
And for those at home, the reason he is so aggressive and not the most cooperative is because red caps mechanically have -2 to their socials that aren't intimidation.
Absolutely, they do.
They can't be tactful or polite most of the time. They can hold themselves together, but that's about it.
If you get a 1 on an exploding 10, does it still erase something?
I believe it does, but ones only ever erase 1 success, as far as I understand.
Yeah.
So if it explodes for 2, you only lose 1 of them.
Yeah.
At least that's how I'm ruling it, because that makes sense.
Then I have 2 successes.
It's subtle, but you see him bite his lip.
I'm gonna palm the lighter and then just hit him in the chest. Don't. You don't want that kind of trouble.
Oh, I don't know. It's kind of fun.
Blair gives Priscilla a wink.
And it's at that point that Snarl just gives a brisk nod, looks at the lighter, looks at you, Ace, and just see you around, and then turns and heads back in. He lets you have the knuckles. He's not like making a stink about it, at least.
Oh, he likes you. And
Look at that.
Esmeralda literally says that after he goes in.
Better than flowers, I guess. With your kind.
Throw punch. I mean, minus the fact that like he did kind of knock him unconscious.
Had more faith in the wall than I guess I should have given it.
Okay, well, let's get out of here. And we're going to head to Lord Victor's place.
Okay,
To report.
the law firm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it doesn't take all that long to travel there. It's still in downtown, so it's a 20-minute drive, same as what you learned when you unleashed. And as you pull up, it's the same as it was the last time. S&G Law Firm, the decorative ampersand, because now I need to say that every time, so that way you guys get thrown off.
Mm-hmm.
And there is someone leaving his law firm this time. It is a Kith. You can see that instantly. It is a Pisky with blonde hair that Ace saw staring at her. At them, my mistake. That Ace saw staring at them during court. And right now she seems to just be dressed in simple, like, greenish tank top and then some jeans. And because she's not around nearly as many Fae, it's not just she looks like a Pisky, which is to say vaguely pointy ears and like soft lithe features. Because she's out in public, she looks like she absolutely belongs in downtown. She is a higher class looking woman in this case. She has her clothes, while they still look the same, they give off the air of belonging and like downtown, like hoity-toity sort of stuff. And downtown's never entirely fancy, but it's just higher up in a sense. And as she steps out, she just looks, nods to all of you, and then starts walking down the street.
That's it?
She gives a half-hearted wave and then turns a corner.
Friend of yours?
I don't know. She was staring at me the other day.
You almost didn't recognize her because Pisky, but she made enough of an impression that you could note that it was her.
Oh, maybe you can ask Lord Victor who that was.
Maybe.
And we go in.
And as you do, you see a pit bull puka sitting in a chair reading a Hustler magazine.
Of course he is.
He looks up. Greetings! And he sets the magazine down and stands up. How can I help you all today?
We would like to see Lord Victor. We have some information he needs.
Of course. He's mostly available. Give me a moment. And he heads back towards the offices. And then
I'm just going to look around while we're waiting.
as far as waiting rooms go, it's very, very nice. Like there's a slight scent, and it's not like, you know, when certain like cleaners have like an artificial sort of smell to it. This smells like actual like chamomile in this waiting room. Like maybe someone makes tea so that the scent is maintained or something. There is like several plants that are very much alive and real, and this waiting room is designed in a way to avoid banality wherever possible. So it's actually cozy.
Yeah.
There's even a small little burbling like fountain plugged into the wall. And then he steps back out. He will be with you momentarily. He's in a meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Do you all need anything else?
No, we'll wait.
Would you like a magazine?
Not Hustler.
Not Hustler. And he grabs he actually grabs a copy of Westward, which is a local magazine that highlights a lot of different stuff in Denver.
I will take that and read it in a cozy chair.
We'll stand
Even
by
just
the
looking
brook.
around, all these chairs look
Cozy.
good and comfortable.
Mhm.
Like that there has been obvious detail to make this as not soul crushing as possible.
Yeah, I'll go over to stand by the fountain.
And it only takes a few minutes before you see a shorter black woman step out. She has curly hair that has small twists of like shining bits of gold running through it. It looks very nice. Her eyes are also the same brown as her hair with the flecks of gold in it as well. She has very soft, very fine features, pointed ears. She is she, as far as you can tell. Her beauty is more grounded, so you would assume autumn she. And she is wearing a very smart pantsuit. And that frames her body perfectly. She looks immaculate because she's she. And she steps out, takes a quick breath. Oh, excuse me. And she heads out through the hallway back towards the door. And following her shortly after is Lord Vincent. Would you all like to come back?
Absolutely.
And he gestures and lets you all walk ahead of him and then follows behind, shutting the door. You see Nigel is still up on his shelf, just chilling out. He perks up as you all enter, though.
I look at the lizard and say, planned another big heist yet?
Heist, no. Actually, I have a different proposal for you all this time. And Lord Vincent just rolls his eyes as he sits at the desk. No, it's very... Lord, please, let me pitch. No, it's
I
very
want to
simple.
hear it.
You all just need to go out and kidnap 6 people.
Any 6 people?
Yes.
And do what with them?
Just house them for a period of weeks
No.
until I can get everything else settled.
Mm-hmm. As
That's
in you
not
have no
happening.
idea.
Correct.
What is everything else?
He just blinks the way lizards blink.
Yeah. And I'm just laughing and sit down.
Goose chases.
And you all see Lord Vincent actually has a mug of something hot on his desk as well that he reaches over, takes a sip.
Does it smell like chamomile?
It does.
Yeah. Well, we had an interesting conversation and found out that it is a noble. They didn't know what house. Thought they were thought they were not she, I'm sorry. Thought they were Sealy.
Mm.
They were basically paid up front to house a piece of equipment designed and made by Augie.
They had one of Aggie's inventions.
Yes. And then they were to deliver it. En route to delivery, they were set upon by multiple chimera who were trying to get the crate. They didn't even know what was in it. The idiot of those 3 went out to try to fight the chimera off. Got a couple.
What he lacks in brains, he makes up for in strength.
Exactly. And in the process, the crate fell off the back of their truck. And that's when the explosion happened.
Hmm.
They were to deliver
Correlation,
it to
not
the tunnels under the
causation.
city and leave it there.
How would traditionally, those tunnels aren't used anymore. Historically, they weren't even so much for illegality at a certain point. The prohibition, of course, was a thing even here, but they were more frequently used when restaurants would work with hotels to cook meals, and then the meals would be delivered via the tunnel system to get to the hotels. That's such a dangerous place to set that equipment. There's more than just us wandering down there. I know for a fact that people encounter vampires.
Of course, it's
Probably
why
would have been better than in the street.
Of course, and that's why you hire red caps.
True. If there's anyone who can defend against vampires, it is a red cap.
Exactly.
Did they say what the device was?
No, they didn't know what it was. And it exploded as soon as the crate hit the road.
Aggie's designs usually had more integrity than that. Did you get any other information that might be a lead?
The person wore a red coat. Don't know if that's significant in any way. It is a striking color.
Did you get Kith by chance?
No. Yeah, and found out that Aggie had a workshop at the Best Western, I believe it was, wasn't it?
Best Den.
Best Den.
It's a knocker term. BES space DIN.
Best Den.
Mm-hmm.
So we might be able to get more information there.
I can call ahead to alert the Best Inn that you will be arriving if you wish. They find that they're more accommodating when they are given prep time.
Absolutely. He also said that he knew of 2 crystallized Kith.
And that now brings our grand total up to 20. After the 10 that were discovered previously, we now have 20 in total. And you asked earlier, Esmeralda, a couple issue have come out of such. They both seemed to take very quickly to the information.
It's a thing. Do they have mentors?
Not as of yet. We don't have anyone particularly claiming mentorship or fosterage, but we are in the works to organize some things. There's a couple who have already been taken under wing, but it is
No. I will do it until someone arrives.
Oh, not for them. We specifically.
No, I'm talking the young
yes,
Ishi. I will take them until someone arrives.
Very well. Do you wish them to just be brought here and you meet them, or?
Absolutely.
He picks up his phone and sends a quick text off. They'll be on their way.
I don't trust their tutelage to anybody else.
Primarily, so far, what we're seeing is we're entrusting some of the more well-liked amongst us to watch over some of the various.
Understood, and I'm not saying that your methods are necessarily wrong. They are just not issue.
Fair enough. But it's a smattering. It's any Kith that you can imagine.
Advise the best inn that we're going. And then when we return, I'd like to collect the young Ish.
They will be here.
Good.
What a mess. Do the rest of you have any opinions, thoughts, ideas?
On what exactly?
The situation. I will even take conjecture at this point. We're starting to run low on clues.
I'm gonna hold out my arm. I could use first aid kit if you have it.
He grimaces a bit, which still doesn't make him look unattractive, but you can tell that he's seeing how painful that looks. Doug can treat that if you ask him before you leave.
Or
my driver.
Excuse me. And I'm just gonna go outside and talk to Doug.
Okay, we'll get to that in just a moment.
Yep.
Who were the people you were speaking with?
Oh, which one specifically?
The last one, and then the woman before that as well.
Oh, the Pisky her name is Squire Rose. She is a recent addition to House Ailil, I believe.
And the other one?
The other one is Lady Amanda. She is the only active member of House Ailunid, as far as I'm aware. And for those who don't know, House Ailil is known as the face of the Unseelie Court. They are the politickers of politics. They don't see politics so much as a means to an end, but as the end itself. And so they play it masterfully. And as I said, they're also seen as the representation of the Unseelie's interest. And then House Ailunid is the House of Secrets, who is a Seelie house, but they haven't had much activity in the city as far as you all would know. Although I will say, you have also seen Lady Amanda's face on signs in front of lawns for real estate. She's fairly well known locally, at least on the human side. And they were just conferring extra information and turning up nothing, which is frustrating when the House of Secrets does not know something.
Well, you know all we know, and we hopefully will find more at the den.
I'm going to send some people into the tunnels, see if they can find anything. Hopefully, they will have an easy time of it. And also, have you all heard about the murders?
Yes.
I don't like that it started happening as soon as the explosion hit.
Well, someone's plan didn't go as expected.
Clearly, which is probably the only reason we ever became aware of this in the first place.
Exactly. So
God bless
someone of a
incompetence.
noble of a Seelie house that wears a red coat is all we have.
I'll have various people keep an eye out, see what they can uncover. If you all could please continue your efforts, because so far, I will not lie to you, you seem to be my most successful asset at the moment. Everywhere else is red herrings and dead ends.
Do you need us to also go to the tunnels?
If you wish, I cannot in good conscience send you into those tunnels as an order. If you feel it is necessary, then by all means, but do not endanger yourselves on my account.
Let's go check out the workshop and then we'll decide. Because I'm not sure how much information we'll get at the workshop.
You can find the best inn at the Denver Tech Center if you do not know its location.
I imagine I would get directed there anyway, but thank you. Appreciate it.
You already do have a decent sense of direction about the place. It's taking you closer to the area near like Englewood. It's off of a very main thoroughfare called Bellevue. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty well known little building, and it's multiple buildings. Like the tech center is pretty spread out.
Sorry, storyteller. Before we leave, were we told if the murders were Kith or human?
You didn't get anything specific, but the news seems to be reporting on it. You would assume humans.
They were human? Okay.
But you could ask. I'm sure Lord Vincent would have the confirmation if you needed it.
I just out of curiosity, that's all. So Eva does ask, do we know if the people murdered were Kith or human?
As far as reports have been sent, they were all mortals, human. But who's to say? The victims had no connections to each other in any way.
Blunt force trauma. Oh, there was something else with them.
It looked like they had their organs.
Yeah, it looked like they'd been harvested.
Harvested. Let's see if he can do a roll about something real quick. His face takes on an expression that is both that and also very grim of fuck. As you all are most certainly aware, my house hunts down the dark fae. There is a Thalane group that does harvest organs. Ghasts, also known as the dark cousins of the red caps.
Yeah.
Would you like a description of what a ghast looks like so you can be prepared if you meet them?
Yes.
Oftentimes pale, their eyes cold, calculating. They have very long fingers that are very sharp on the ends, similar to a scalpel, at least in sharpness. Ghasts oftentimes are known to pick people off, although they don't usually kill their victims. They just leave them.
Well, something's changed.
And they wouldn't kill with blunt force trauma. That's not nearly precise enough. Yeah. They're all about precision.
I mean, that could have been a cover.
Yeah.
Or a combination of people.
Should you encounter any more Thalane activity, please tell me.
Of course.
I'm going to get some of my house to start looking around.
Good. They should.
Before I only had rumor and hearsay. Now I have something that feels more solid. Do be careful.
We'll let you know when we return if we're going in the tunnels or not. But go ahead and plan to get a team to investigate it first.
Of course.
Because if they don't come back, then yes, we'll have to go in.
And while this conversation has been happening, Oscar, you stepped out into the waiting room, and Doug is no longer reading Hustler. He is now reading Playboy.
Oh, Not War and Peace?
For the articles.
For the
Yeah,
articles.
obviously it's for the articles.
Because despite the sexy pictures,
Yeah,
he's in
no, that's
articles.
just wasted space between articles.
Although I will say, he looks more bored with this one than he did with Hustler.
Too many words.
Or just not his kind of words.
Doug, I was told that you can help me with this, and I just put my wound in his face.
Oh. And he stands up and takes your arm, looks at it. Ow, what happened?
Red cap happened.
Yeah, that'd do it. Yeah. Ouch. Ow. And he looks around, walks over, grabs a cookie off of like a tray, and holds it out to you.
What kind is it?
It looks like butter pecan.
Yes.
And he holds it out to you.
Break off a piece and put it in my mouth.
And as soon as you put it in your mouth, he flicks you on the nose for a bunk.
Oh.
Brilliant. And
unnecessary.
you see the cookie glow and start to suffuse, and the energy is very warm, very kind. You can tell that whatever art he's using, it wants to help you. You heal the point of damage that you took.
Okay. Thanks. What?
And you watch as the bite marks on your arm clear up. There isn't even scarring. It completely clears it away. And he gives his big, wide pit bull smile.
Doug, what was that? I'm not familiar with anything.
You're not familiar with seasonals?
Not like that. No.
Spring. It was spring.
Oh. Yeah. I don't tend to lean towards spring too much.
Might give it a chance one time.
Yeah. I didn't know I was capable of that. Thank you. Could you tell the ladies that I had something to do? I'm going to take off.
All right. And it's only a couple minutes later that you all enter the waiting room and see a pit bull reading Playboy.
Eva speaks up. Ugh, fuck you, Kefner.
And you see him, like, he doesn't say anything, but he just goes, and then opens it back up.
Anything good?
He turns and points, and you see that there's an interview with like a musician that seems fairly interesting. It's of course next to a woman who is laid out very lavishly upon a bed of roses and all that shit, but it does seem like he's actually reading the articles and more just glossing over the pictures. But he holds it out to you.
Nah, not for me.
I read it for the pictures.
Clearly.
There's so much better out there, though. Don't support Big Boy. Come on.
Like what? He points to the Hustler on the table next to him. Like that?
No, my friend. Have you heard of the internet?
Internet's kind of boring.
Well, my friend,
It's mostly
there are some great shows around here. Craft shows, merchant shows that sell some very indie version of these that you might like better.
Yes. What they said.
I mean, I've already read everything that's available.
That's why you buy more. I'll take you sometime.
Can I come too?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you all just hear him mutter under his breath, "Menage a trois."
I take it our friend left already?
He said he wasn't feeling well and had to go do something.
Okay, thanks. And I head towards the door.
And there's nothing that impedes you guys from leaving the law firm or anything like that. It's all pretty casual at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Oscar, where are you going?
I'm going to the Brown Palace.
Okay. There's a doorman standing there. He politely but dismissively lets you in. And I'm guessing you're making your way into the Mountain Fortress Freehold.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces past.
Go fuck yourself. Sorry, that's the version I know. That's the version I know.
Yeah, that's in your head now, rent free.
All right. As you enter through the service entrance into the freehold, you see it's a lot more sparse in terms of people that are there right now. There's like the odd noble here or there. You do not see the Duke, but you do see sitting at her desk is Lady Charlotte. She's currently filling stuff out. She doesn't look as well rested as you saw her the last time. She looks a bit haggard, a bit tired, like she's been kind of wrangling a lot of cats.
And then go up to her and just be like, my lady, if I could, a moment of your time.
Of course, Oscar. And she sets her pen down. How can I help?
Again, I want to apologize for the last interaction we had, but I need assistance.
Oh, you mean when you punched me in the shoulder?
I don't remember it like that, but yes, sure.
I'm teasing you, Oscar. I know that there was a Cluricon standing near you.
Unfortunately, they have become much closer.
What do you need?
It feels like we're going to get we're going to need something more aggressive than what I have available at my command. I need to learn some new abilities.
You're asking for training in the arts?
Yes, please.
What? Anything in particular?
Our red cap is proficient with something belonging to the dragon, I think. That's where I'd like to lean myself into as well.
I can get you a teacher. It will not be cheap.
Yes, I felt like there was something coming. I put out the 2 coins that Vincent gave me. Will this do?
She picks them up. That should be enough. He is here. Do you want me to go introduce you?
That would be fantastic. Thank you.
She stands up from her desk, sets things up a little bit so that they're more organized, and then walks you over to one of the benches at the side where you see a she-man. He's shortish blonde hair, sort of dull brown eyes, but still attractive because she... Sorry, I have to hammer that into everyone's skull every chance. She are annoyingly pretty.
The second you said she, my face turned. So.
Mm-hmm. And he's dressed incredibly casually in a t-shirt and then jeans, very simple tennis shoes, but he just makes it look so fucking good. And he's on the higher end of what she can look like, as you can tell. He is at least appearance 6.
Good.
Mm-hmm. He is unearthly in how pretty he is.
And I avert my eyes then, out of respect.
And he is reading a book, but it looks like he took the cover off so that people can't tell what it is. Lady Charlotte, pardon me, and he puts the bookmark in, stands up, gives a formal greeting. How may I help the chatelaine of the Brown Palace this evening? Day. I've been out too long. And she turns. This gentleman wishes to, I believe, offer a business transaction. This is Oscar Rodari, my mistake.
My lord.
Rodari, this is Sir Benson of House Gwydion.
Sir Benson, I would like teaching in the dragon art, if you are proficient. In
My word, you're direct.
Don't know if you can tell I'm a troll.
I've met subtle trolls. They're a rarity, but they do happen.
I have not. They are a myth to me.
What are you willing to give for this? I do not teach this art to many, and it is rare by necessity, as it is quite powerful.
I understand. I would give myself into an oath to only use it for protection of our kind and those that are threatened by forces that would turn towards winter and the unseelie.
I feel an oath to be a bit extreme in this instance.
Just
I will simply take your assurance that you will not pass it around.
at all. Not at all.
It is no longer confined to what is considered the noble arts, but the less people in general that know this power, the better.
I wouldn't ask if times weren't dire, Sir Benson.
Do you have any alternative payment that you could offer?
Besides the coin?
Oh, sorry. The storyteller didn't think you offered the coin to him just yet.
Oh, no. Like, that's part of the deal.
Okay. He does very readily take the coin. It's dross. Oh my God, does he take the coin?
Yeah.
2.
I can get more if it's not enough.
No, this is plenty, and he pockets it. I do want to do one small test first, if you'll humor me.
By all means.
Hit me.
I have put a red cap through a wall today, Sir Benson. I don't know if I'm...
Then let's see if you can put a she through one. Hit me.
Okay.
If you hold back, I will deny you.
Well, here we go, baby. All out force.
Go for it.
Strength and brawl.
He is, yes. And
Okay.
he is standing there. He is not... Actually, no. He's just standing there, so just roll damage.
Oh,
He's not trying to dodge this in the slightest.
He's not trying to seduce me?
No.
Would he like to seduce me?
I mean, he's a she. Technically, he can seduce
He
anyone
would,
if he really
yeah.
wants, but...
Just 3.
Just 3.
Yeah.
It is a square, very solid punch to the chest, and he only takes half a step back. Seems he didn't dodge, but he was braced. Thank you. He exhales, inhales, winces, exhales again. I will teach you. I find it best if warriors are the only ones who know this art. If you are all right, could you come back tomorrow? I will be here.
I will make time.
And he sits back down on the bench now. You can tell that he took the hit, but it did fucking hurt.
And I'll bow low to Lady Charlotte. Thank you, my lady, for this introduction. It means a lot.
She gives a nod. Of course. Anytime, Oscar.
Make my way out.
All right. And as you exit the Brown Palace, we'll take a break. Because I let things run too far again. Oops.
That's all right. Pacing is a learned skill. We'll be back in 10.
You always have to know which ways to cook various meats.
Mhm.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the last little bit of Changeling Stained Glass. Before the break, we saw the assault of a red cap. We saw a lot of conjecture and meetings. We heard about murders that had been happening. A whole bunch of info was dropped. So,
I like how you say the assault of a red cap when Red and I were both defending ourselves.
mhm.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it wasn't an unjustified assault.
I mean, the red cap assaulted first.
Just want to make that clear. Just want to put that out there.
As red caps tend to.
I then made up for it by flirting with him. That counts, right?
Yeah.
We'll need to figure out the exchange rate of violence to flirting. We'll figure it out. And I believe first, let's take a look at Ace. Where are you going?
Yeah. So after hearing who's all been involved with this recently, Ace is going to go talk to their mentor, Abigail.
Okay. Let me pull up these notes because there's 1,000,000,003 SPCs that I have to keep track of. Perfect. Okay. You pull up to a fairly decent looking little house. Like it's in old Denver, which means that it's expensive, but it's not like a mansion. It's just a house that is on the higher end. The neighborhood that she lives in is very lush. There's a lot of greenery, grass, trees, various plants. Her garden is very nice, full of wild mountain flowers and bushes. Couple small dwarf spruce trees framing her doorway. And you also see a chimera standing. It looks like a garden gnome, but he is just chilling on the porch, legs dangling off the front step. As you walk up, you hear him shout, "It's Ace! Sup?"
Better give him a little fist bump.
He returns it immediately.
How you doing, bud?
I'm doing okay. And he dusts off his little ceramic overalls. Got some new clothes. They're the same
like
clothes.
'em.
They are the exact same clothes that he wore the last time you saw him.
I like him. Looking spiffy as always.
And this little chimera goes by Porcy, short for porcelain, but he prefers the nickname.
The Torval.
Yep. Sorry, I just got to make sure of something really
You're good.
quick. Because I can't remember a specific bit of info about. Okay, cool. The door opens and you are greeted by a woman who has light brown, sort of mousy hair shaved on one side and swept over. It looks very fashionable. She is currently wearing just a nice cardigan sort of sweater. She seems to be in a more casual sort of state. Her beauty, while noticeable, is still very earthly and grounded and reserved, indicating an autumn she. And she gives a big smile. Ace, I didn't expect to see you. Hi. And she
Hi.
opens up her arms for a hug, like, come here.
Oh, Ace gives her a big hug.
Here, come in. She walks you through the small little foyer in her house, leads you into a living room that has very, again, similar to the office space that you were in earlier. It is intentionally cozy. There's knickknacks, but it's not to like what an elderly person would have in their house degree. It's more like the odd, very artful like statue or an interesting painting, just small bits of decor, but it is still a comfortable, if slightly more upscale looking home. And she gestures to a chair and sits in the chair next to you. Oh, did you want water, food, anything like that?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right. It's great to see you. I didn't expect to see you, but it's great all the same.
You know I always love to see you.
Well, thank you so much, dear. How can I be of service? How can I help?
Have you been staying safe lately? There's been quite a bit of stuff going on here.
Yes, I was here when the explosion hit. I couldn't make it to court at that time. I was busy. And then I was suddenly awash in glamour. I will admit it was not what I expected that day to hold.
Busy with what?
Perception empathy. Because she doesn't seem to want to be saying anything.
She knows that Blair's nosy though and curious. So I hope that it's like the relationship where it's not like rude to ask.
No, it's more she's holding back because she knows you're curious and wants to see if you can figure it out.
Okay. Perception empathy.
And that'll be difficulty 7.
Oh, well, that is 3 successes, even with a difficulty 7.
She's very... The memory of what she was busy with is very pleasant. You can see it in her expression. She enjoyed whatever was going on. And it's not until you glance a bit further down and see a mostly faded by this point hickey on her collar.
Abby, were you having fun?
Well, of course.
Well, I bet that explosion threw things for a twist.
It made something more intense, for sure.
I could have gone without knowing that, Abby. I'm sorry. You're like a mother to me.
Parents get frisky too, otherwise children wouldn't exist.
Speaking of parents.
Oh no.
Have you heard of anything dear old mom and pops are up to?
They have been doing quite a lot from what I've been hearing.
Doesn't bode well.
Your brother was seen going around to different groups, meeting with various people. I think he was mainly being used as a courier in this case. I've never known your family to really give him much responsibility.
And of course, it's Bella's doing.
Your sister has mainly been seen at court, although she has also been seen at the Best Inn and just also going around. She seems to be the one that's actually meeting with people, not taking things from place to place. And your mother and father, as far as I can tell, have mainly kept themselves to court. But
they weren't there for a mass summoning?
They weren't?
No.
Oh. I'll have to look into that one for you. I'm not sure. Huh. They really weren't there.
No. Clearly, court hasn't been important enough for that, which is
court hasn't been
true in their
enough.
world.
Yes, court hasn't been important enough for house politics.
Maybe another political discussion was happening elsewhere.
Potentially. There's quite a few different deals that are constantly being made, especially from House Ailil. That's why I left when I did.
Me too. Well, I didn't even get that far. I don't know how you did it for as long as you did.
I've learned how to be quiet, and that was about it.
Any idea what's got them so busy? Or is it just everything?
It's just everything. And then with the glamour and the mass enchantment, I did hear something, though. It's not just mortals that were enchanted. It's not just people. Trods are coming back. And
What?
and here, storyteller, I can say this as the narrator. Trods, Trod, are gateways into the dreaming from the autumn world. Sometimes there's a guardian or a tax, but they are direct connections between where you are and where you go, in a sense. They are sparse. A lot of Trods have faded into nothing because banality loves to choke any dreaming out of its realm. The autumn world has to fight with Trods quite a lot, but it's beyond rarity that a Trod would come back from being dormant. Like unprecedented. That shouldn't happen. And she said Trods, not singular.
That almost has to be the point of it.
It
Let me
feels
fill
like,
you in for a second.
please do.
There was. It's Aggie, right? To storyteller? Yeah, okay. Aggie was commissioned to make some device. It broke and it caused the explosion.
Commissioned. Aggie's been missing for about 5 years now. Commissioned.
What I was told. By someone in some sealing noble in a red coat.
Doesn't ring any bells. I'll look into it. I don't have the connections I used to. Being a commoner can do that. But I'll see what I can find. That's Aggie wouldn't work for a noble. She despised nobility. Her and Duke Killian alone, the shouting matches they had could have filled. I'm getting off track. She. I don't mean to deny what you're saying. It just sounds far-fetched.
As far-fetched as Trod's coming back?
Fair. I didn't know her all that well even before she disappeared. She wasn't what one would call a sociable woman, but everyone knew her in some way or another, and she'd sooner tear out her own eyes than do any work for a noble without at the least charging an exorbitant amount. Like whatever would be her standard price, she would quadruple to make sure that the noble was getting screwed over.
I mean, I can appreciate that. They'd screw anyone over.
I think that's why she does it. Or did it. But no, she's been missing. I'm not sure how someone could commission that.
I mean, who else could have made something like that?
There are other inventors in the Best Inn. There's even a few members of House Ducal that do work. They're the only nobles allowed to do work in the Best Inn.
Maybe.
But what Aggie built was special. She was a knocker of 1 in a million.
I think that if something that could potentially bring back Trods was easy to make to where almost anyone, even maybe a above average person could do, we'd have more. the fact that this happened, it has to be someone incredible. Or they got damn lucky.
Or perhaps they stole it from her?
I could see that.
Convoluted. This is all so convoluted. I'll look into things, see what I can dig up. But if Aggie's technology is being used by nobles, if she's not, if by some unfortunate mishap she is dead, I'm sure she'd be rolling around in her grave. She didn't let nobles off the hook for anything. She still holds a massive grudge. War is hard to forget when you were a part of it.
Wherever you're looking around, do stay safe, though. There's quite a bit of just risk in general. All these murders happening.
Oh, yes. Don't worry. I have Porcy. He's more than enough to keep me safe, and I can handle myself.
I hope so. But any help will be appreciated.
Of course, I'll look into things, see what comes of it.
And if any of the family ask, do not tell them I was here.
I haven't seen you in a very long time.
But they've been looking for me.
I'll be sure to send them on a goose chase, if they ask me. Not many of House Aileel want to talk to me anymore. Can't imagine why.
I wish they would stop wanting to talk to me.
I believe they've given up on trying to convince me to come back. I think they still have hope for.
Yeah. I don't know.
And unfortunately, the only one that you probably don't have to worry about as much is your brother. And that's only because he's a pawn.
I've met this new troll who I'm pretty sure will just shove him into a wall if he could.
A troll is a good thing to keep around if you feel unsafe.
I actually did see him throw a red cap into a wall today. So really would put Edward in his place.
It's not just your family, though. All the members of House Aileel have been, well, doing what they always do.
Gaming.
A dragon will always work to spread their influence.
So much as to try and extend it into the dreaming?
I learned before my chrysalis that to rule over something wild is impossible.
When has that ever tried to stop them before?
Entirely fair and very true. I'll get back to you, see what else is going on. I do still have some contacts amongst the nobility, none amongst my former house, but some that are still polite enough to be willing to share information. I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, Abby.
Of course. Will you be staying longer, or do you need to get going?
I should probably get going.
All right. She stands up, takes your hands, looks you in the eyes, and you be careful too. All right?
I will. And Abby, practice safe sex. And gives her like a shit-eating grin. And
She very casually reaches over to a drawer and pulls it, and you see laid out very nicely is a box of condoms, various lubricants, couple candles that look like they're very soft wax, and then she just closes the drawer.
Good girl.
Of course. I'm not ready to be a mother.
All right. Well, take care, Abs.
Take care, dear. Do be safe.
And as Blair leaves, they'll give Porcy another fist bump.
He immediately returns it. Later, homie.
Keep an eye out on her, okay?
Fucking of course. Nothing gets past me.
Good. Or I'll clock ya.
I'd crack, and that would suck. Please don't.
And don't fuck up.
Drive safe. And, Vray, you said you were going to talk to someone, right?
Yeah, I was thinking, because I didn't get a chance to talk to Gar after the accident. So I would like to go back to my home and talk to Gar and just check in on everyone.
All right. When you get there, everyone's actually there for once, because you can see the various vehicles, and when you get inside, the shoes that are supposed to be there are all there. Seems fairly good. You do see an extra pair of shoes, but it probably just means you have a guest or something like that. And you see in the living room, she is currently looking at a brand new canvas and sort of examining and figuring stuff out. She probably finished the fireworks painting before. You can, of course, smell some simple food coming from the kitchen, so Remy is most definitely also in there. You don't see Rydell or Vronos, but you do see Gar. He's just currently sitting in the living room, glancing between like the TV and Not and her painting, but he's just chilling out. His hair is swept back. It's in a he doesn't have hair long enough to like necessarily put into a ponytail, but it's brushed back in such a way that it looks longer than it is. He's one that has thicker hair. The satyr features really come through with him. His horns curl and are immaculate. And then he has a couple piercings in his horns as well. And currently he's wearing not a leather jacket that he would wear when he would be like racing, just a more casual sort of thing. No shirt underneath the leather jacket, and then just some decent shorts. He doesn't wear pants. He's one of those people that's like, I don't feel the cold, that sort of thing. But he's just got his legs kicked up, and he's just sort of chilling when he sees you come in. Hey, what's up? He stands up and walks over, gives you a hug. Hey. How's it going, girl? What's up?
Good. I feel bad. I don't have any baked goods or anything.
I stopped by the bakery earlier. It's fine.
That's good. Yeah. I was actually wondering, do you have a minute? I kind of want to talk in private, if that's okay. But first,
sure.
You're okay, right?
I'm fine. Look, this is the only thing that happened, and he points to the horn on the left side of his head, and the very tip of it has a chip off of it. That's the only.
Oh, I still kind of not baby him, but I kind of still reach him just but I don't.
Yeah, it sucked, but my baby took all. The car was fucked, but I'm fine. Just the light post just came out of nowhere, and then my car was an accordion. Fuck. Yeah. Anyways, here, come on. And he heads upstairs to his room.
Mm.
And as he opens it, you see it's as it always is. He's got a lot of when people who are big hippies will hang like various tapestries and stuff, but they'll hang it from the ceiling so it looks like really bowed and inward. He has a decent amount of those. He has a set of prayer flags hanging over the window in his room. His bed's unmade, but it's not like messy or anything. And his room's fairly decent, just decorative. It smells of sandalwood because incense is burning. And he just sits on his bed. He gestures to a beanbag chair that's also in the room for you. So what's up?
Yeah, I totally go and sit down in the beanbag chair, just cross-legged, and I'm just like, so I had an interesting meeting today.
Oh, gossip. Do tell.
No, well,
He reaches over to a water bottle and takes a swig. You know he never has water in it. It's always something else.
mm-hmm.
But he sets it back down.
I kind of like watch as he does that. So I know that you probably haven't talked, I mean, at least you haven't talked to me about this person before. But what do you remember about Snarl?
Oh, wow. He and I when I first moved into town, I had like started street racing almost immediately. You know me. It's fun. So I tried to do it as soon as I get into a place. And he was one of the other drivers. We talked. He seemed decent. He was kind of an idiot, but in a lovable sort of way, you know? As much as a red cap can be lovable. It's like hugging a sea urchin. But I haven't talked to him in like a couple months, but he and I are friends-ish. I haven't... everyone says he's like a shitbag and like a thug, but I've honestly never had any problems with him. What about him? What's going on?
Well, I mean, I don't want to ruin his privacy or anything. Just something that I'm working on. Led me to meeting him. But
wait, you seen him?
Yeah,
Shit, I'd heard he was missing. Is he okay? Like, what's going on?
I think he's okay. I mean, he's probably not going to be available for a while. So if you don't see him around, you know,
I'll still keep an eye out at. I'll still keep an eye out at the raceways, and you know that when he says raceways, he means the streets, because he doesn't go to like Bandamere Speedway or anything. He just races in the streets. The cops honestly kind of hate Gar.
Well, that's okay. I'm sure Gar doesn't care much for them either.
No, he doesn't give a shit. He's fought cops. Now, honestly, aside from like one or two, most of your Tragos has an issue with the police. and even the ones that they don't like them. They just don't fight them.
Fair. I fit in for a reason. But she kind of just sits back and just kind of sits for a minute. I mean, as long as you don't think that he would be like do you think he would be doing anything to outwardly hurt Kith? Or is it just kind of like accidental mix-ups kind of stuff?
I mean, the problem is when he does work, he's also with Malice and Fright. Like the three of them sort of are just around together. So any work that he's doing, whether it's roughing someone up or like trying to put the screws on someone and threaten them, like he usually just does what Malice and Fright tell him to do. He's a pretty... He doesn't take the initiative on his own. He's just the muscle. Good muscle, but muscle.
Yeah, no, I mean, that makes sense. At least from the way that I met him today. Yeah, no, that's good to know, though. Thanks. He says hi, by the way.
Oh,
apparently.
Cool. Glad to hear from him. Hope he's doing okay. All things considered, sounds like he's in some shit. Hope he's doing all right.
Yeah.
Is
I
Groucho
mean-
okay? Is Toad?
Yes. Maybe a little unhappy, but he's okay.
That's just his Toad. That Toad, I swear, if you try to make that Toad happy, he just doubles down.
I mean, I know lots of people like that, so that's okay.
I mean, he's also owned by a red cap. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Maybe. But so yeah, as long as you're good though, like you're...
No, yeah, I'm good. He glances to the chip on his horn. Mostly good. That's embarrassing, but it'll buff out.
It's a story. It's a story you can tell.
Mm-hmm. And horns are always growing at least a little bit. It'll repair, hopefully. Or if I really have such a stink about it, I can just talk to someone to fix it for me.
This is true.
Right now, though, I think my priority is getting a car.
Yeah. If you have, just, keep an eye out, take a look around, I guess, while you're out looking at cars.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Looking for anything specific or just looking?
Anything that makes you feel weird or suspicious about anything. Yeah.
All right. If I feel anything weird or suspicious, I'll let you know.
Thanks. I know that's so like
Vague.
ominous, vague, but
yeah. Oh, if you care to know, Calix is staying for dinner tonight.
oh, okay, yeah, no, they didn't immediately look familiar, but no, okay, yeah, that's cool.
Couple holes in them, but you can tell that they're just for show anyways, because why would you wear shoes as a satyr?
Well,
He illustrates the point by clicking his hoof against the floor.
That's cool. We can go join if you want.
Oh yeah. Not said that she left a painting just outside your bedroom door or something.
Oh, awesome. Yay. That's so exciting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks good. It's one of her best. I don't know what she was talking about. She's like, it's shit. I'm like, shit, shut the fuck up.
Tell me about it. Trust me, I understand. But
why is it that all the people who are good artists hate their work? I don't understand it.
Imposter syndrome?
Yeah, but it's her.
Yeah, I know, but okay. So think about all of the work that you have put into a vehicle. Okay. There's always something more that you want to do.
That is true. And and then even if there isn't, you have to maintain with tune-ups and all that stuff. Otherwise, the vehicle gets so out of whack.
Right. But there's always something new. You see something cool, maybe like from Tokyo, or like you always see something cool and you're like, oh, I want to do that now, or like I want to add that. So it's a similar kind of feel. I'd assume anyway.
All right. I can try to wrap my head around that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll keep an eye out as I'm looking around. You be careful. There's like some murders going on or some shit, and that's worrying as fuck.
Yeah, I will be careful. I've made some friends recently, so.
Excellent. Bring them over sometime. We can all shoot the shit.
I don't know if they really like that, but maybe.
What?
We'll
do
see.
they have a goat allergy or something?
No. I just don't know if they'd really vibe with our kind of parties. That's all. But it's okay.
Anyone can vibe with a satyr. Come on. I haven't met a single person who has disliked any party I've been a part of. Granted, they were drunk when I met them, but still.
Yeah.
Also, I've been talking to some of the other locals around town for us, and I might be able to get a restock on some satyr brew. So we may actually have some good alcohol in the house again.
Ooh, okay.
Just we need to make sure not to let regular people get to it.
Yes. Put that away.
There's enough enchantment going on in the city. We don't need them getting enchanted while drunk.
This is true. This is true. All right, I'm hungry. Let's go see what's for dinner.
Oh yeah, I think Remy was making pancakes. I think he's doing a breakfast for dinner thing or something.
That's cool though.
Yeah. And as you head down to go and enjoy some food, we will shift back to Esmeralda. Where do
She's
you find
delivering
yourself?
some compost.
All right. This, oddly enough, Doris's house is also in Aurora, but it's in a slightly not as shitty part of Aurora.
Mhm. I
The whole
actually
town
think Priscilla's place is not that far from the Aurora area.
All right.
Yeah, it's still closer to the main part of Denver, but it's not far from Aurora.
Yeah, everyone knows that Aurora isn't really even on most major maps anyways. It's
Mhm.
just assumed to be part of Denver, even though
It's
it's
pretty
kinda
much a
not.
neighborhood at this point.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big neighborhood, but a neighborhood.
Yeah.
But her house is very well maintained. It's got, good
Beautiful
clean
gardens
paint.
and
Oh,
hedges
absolutely.
and stuff. Yeah,
Yes.
it's just, beautiful landscaping.
It is as if someone lifted a cottage from the mountains and placed it in,
Right in
a
Aurora.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yes. Complete with pine trees in the front lawn.
Yeah,
Like
it's gorgeous. Yeah.
and you head up to the front door, quick knock, and it's the ever-present doorbell chime, ding 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 ding, and it's the very last note when the door swings open and you see Doris, her apron covered in a bit of flour. Oh wow, hi dear, please come in.
Okay, and she's got this case of freaking bags of compost that she's
Here, come with me.
Okay.
And she leads you into the kitchen, and you see sitting on the counter. At first, you think it's a cutting board, but no, it's dark and stone. It looks like a piece of slate that has been cut into a big rectangle. Just set them on the floor for now. We'll get to it in a second.
Okay, and she sets it down.
And as she reaches down, takes a bag, and just upends a bag onto the slab. Banana peels, coffee grounds, just a whole bunch of just various ugh. And she sets her fingers on it, and you see a pulse of glamour, which is what people do to activate treasures. And all of the compost begins to glow until you can't see form, only light. And then it slowly dims, and there's a red velvet cake sitting on that slab.
Oh, Granny Doris.
I finally found it. This is a baker's stone. It's a Boggin specialty. Any organic material put onto it is cake.
Oh my goodness, that is brilliant.
And she then very expertly slides the cake off and onto a container, shuts the lid, and hands it to you. That's for you.
Oh, thank you. Jolly and I will enjoy it.
And you see Jolly was just like, he's like so excited, so excited. She reaches down and just pats him on the head. Of course.
So, yeah. Anything new? Because I've been in it.
Tell me what's been going on. Let's see what I can help you with.
Can we have some tea?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Here, if you go into the living room, I'll have it ready.
Thank you.
And as you head out into the living room, plush couches, a couple rocking chairs. This is the most comfortable house.
Oh, well, yes,
Boggin's house
Esmeralda
is.
loves coming to Granny Doris's house. Okay, yeah.
And you just sit down when she comes out with piping hot tea.
Of course.
Tea doesn't boil that fast.
No, it doesn't. But it's a
But
boggin.
she's a boggin,
She's
so
a boggin.
anything
These
happens
things
faster.
happen, and we're it's face shit. So
She sets it down. You can smell the jasmine wafting up already. And she has a mug for herself, although it smells more like peppermint. And she sits
Thank
in
you
her
so
rocker.
much, Granny Doris.
Of course.
So
She
yeah,
takes a big sip. So, what's been going on? Aside from the obvious.
yeah. I mean, other than the fact there's now 20 new kith in the city.
20? Is that what the number is?
Yes.
Last I'd heard it was 17.
No,
Wow.
it's 20. Found out that there's at least 2 Unseelie known now and a number of us. And I found that there were 2 Aishu.
Oh, there usually isn't Aishu around here. That's interesting.
No, there's never been more than 2 at any time.
The last Aishu that I remember meeting was your granddad
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I've been kind of holding down the fort since. So it's good to know that
you're
there's
a credit to your kith, dear.
No, thank you. So I've volunteered to take them on for now until someone else shows up, because I'm sure someone else will show up at the right time.
So you're not going to take an oath of fosterage then?
Not an
Because
oath.
that
Not an
is a
oath
commitment.
of not an oath of fosterage. I will be a tutor until a foster shows.
That's better.
It is.
Because I
It
have
is our
been a
way. It is our
I
way.
have been a fostered mentor. It is a commitment.
Yes, I understand.
They're not living with you, but you're still showing someone the ropes, as it were.
Right, and I just want to make sure that they are saved and taught properly until someone can show up. Because I know I can't guarantee, being that I am Wilder, I can't guarantee I'll be around long enough to actually foster them.
Of course.
So,
Granted, maybe they'll want to follow you.
they might, or they might not. I can't determine where destiny will send them.
Or suddenly they get really annoyed and then storm off to California.
Yeah,
Who knows?
It could happen. I stormed off to New York. But,
I've heard that's a dangerous place.
it was interesting. I learned lots and kind of grew up a little bit. Yeah.
I can tell.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we've been kind of looking into things. Lord Vincent asked us to.
All right. So that's why he was staring at you all.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, there was a mishap that caused the explosion.
What was it? If I'm allowed to know.
Some device that was in a crate.
Device?
Mm-hmm.
Knocker make?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who made it?
Well, the stamp on the crate was Aggie.
Oh, Aggie. And she sets her mug down on the table next to her.
But from what I understand, a noble was involved in obtaining this item.
Well, then it wasn't Aggie.
Well, or it was stolen, right?
I suppose that's an option.
Um,
Most of Aggie's inventions have been locked away at the Best Inn. She wouldn't let anyone near it, not even her fellow knockers.
Yeah. Well, I think one of them got taken, or if it wasn't sold, it was taken. And a mishap happened, and it exploded before it could actually be used, and it caused this that we've been dealing with.
She crosses her arms. Exploded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a bunch of chimera came after it when it was being transported to where it was supposed to be delivered. Did Aggie have command of those in number?
Not living chimera. The odd invention here and there, but no, she wasn't the type to rely on chimera. And I quote, "If I can't do it myself, then you can fuck off." Forgive my horrid language,
No,
but
you're
that's just
fine.
for authenticity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, needless to say, it's a bunch of things that don't make a lot of sense. But supposedly the noble that had hired the commoners that were doing the transport of this item is supposedly Seelie and wears a red coat.
Red coat.
There was an oath done that they couldn't tell anymore.
Oh. Oaths make everything so complicated.
Mm-hmm. I know, because I
Wait, you said one of the red caps was under oath.
Mhm. I'm pretty sure all three were.
You can't coax an oath out of someone. They have to want to mean it,
Right.
but you still got information.
hmm What they could tell.
Hmm.
And Esmeralda's going to make a note that she did not say red cap. She said commoner.
Oh, fuck, you actually did say that. That's a storyteller error. My
Okay.
mistake.
Because
No.
that just
She-
made Doris sus. Okay.
No. She is not. No, you have not met some mastermind in a boggin. No, that was genuine Maddox error.
Okay, no problem.
This game was about to take a turn, my friend.
Yes, it was. Because I'm be like, nope, I didn't say that. I said commoner.
Yes, then she would have responded with commoner.
Commoner, yeah.
Ugh.
But that, yeah. So because I was able to get the story from the home of these commoners and find out what had happened, but I could not see the one they made the deal with.
That's interesting. How did you get the information?
You know, grandfather was a master storyteller.
Hmm.
He taught me his tricks.
Oh,
And I was able to pull the story of the house from the house,
the full story?
even as far back as the construction workers and even when they took a piss.
Why'd you go so far back to learn it?
It kind of went wild.
Oh, you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that explains why you learned so much.
Yeah. I didn't miss a single detail except for who made the deal. And it was like the dreaming couldn't tell me who did.
There's very few things that the dreaming ignores or doesn't like.
Exactly.
Please be careful, dear. That seems like something very dangerous.
Oh, I'm aware. But at the same time, come on, Doris. You know I can't avoid it.
And she mutters something. You don't speak French, do you?
Well, she's from French Rom that
I know.
survived
So
the war.
you've probably
I
heard
probably have
some.
bits and pieces. Yeah.
Well, it's very much like it's not sacre bleu, but it's the same energy to the
Mhm.
sentence she says, just like, oh my God, that sort of thing.
Mhm.
Like that information bowled her over a bit.
Yeah. So yeah. So and there's possibly the murders might be tied to gas. I don't know.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
I've met only a few of the dark kin before, and even the ones that are pleasant aren't pleasant.
No.
I'd say if you can get in, check Aggie's workshop.
That's what we're working on next. Lord Vincent is going to arrange letting them know that we're coming so they can prepare.
That's useful.
Mhm.
They will probably let you in
Yeah.
if that's the case.
If not, I'll try to talk my way in. I'm pretty good at that.
Good luck. I've seen many try and then fail. I used to spend quite a lot of time at the Best Inn with Aggie because she always wanted someone to talk to.
Yeah.
Someone who she actually got along with.
Did something happen to her?
Not that I'm aware of. She was just there one day, gone the next.
Hmm.
She didn't seem like she was nervous about anything previously, at least as far as I can remember. And I can tell. I could tell when she felt certain ways.
Yeah.
You go through war together and you bond.
Priscilla sets down her tea. She's drinking about half of it now, sets it down on the coffee table and takes Doris's hand. Grandfather told me stories.
There's a reason I don't talk to many she.
Yeah.
For some of us, it's still very present.
Yeah.
There's no more fighting in the streets. We're not having to try and listen, and we're not always on the lookout to keep General Brindle safe, but even those of us, and she pats her chest, who didn't fight, we still had to do something.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry, I didn't mean to bring the mood down, dear.
No, you're fine. I will listen to any story you wish to tell.
And she boops you on the nose. Credit to your kith. Well, thank you for the compost. I'll have several cakes that I can now give out to people.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
And
amazing things can happen when an Aishu and a Boggin team up.
And you said Lord Vincent is like looking into this with you, like he's doing work as well?
He is kind of coordinating, as it were.
All right, so he's heading the investigation. Then.
Yes.
Do you want an extra set of eyes?
Yes.
I can
because
contact
I certainly don't trust any she.
From what I've heard, he's one of the better ones.
But still she.
But still she. You are correct.
I like his lizard more than I like him.
Oh, Nigel's a deer.
Yes.
Don't take him up on any offers
for jobs. Of course not, but it's hilarious.
I don't know what his penchant is for the illegal, but he just does it.
He has these grand plans with no complete
follow
through, right?
No, it's like if a child tried to be a mastermind for a criminal organization.
Yes.
Bless his little lizard heart.
Yes, it's so cute. It is so cute. I swear it is wasted on that damn she.
They've apparently known each other for some time.
I'm sure they have.
But if you want an extra set of eyes on this investigation, I can call my granddaughter.
Good. How's she doing?
She's doing well. She's actually she's now part of a team of private eyes, so it's not just her.
Oh, good.
And I don't know what it is, but she's growing in confidence. She's very sure of herself and what she can do. She's been telling me about it over the phone.
Excellent.
She's really starting to come into her own. And I'm really proud of her.
As you should be.
Although it's very funny, isn't it? She's been carrying around this walking stick. like what you take hiking, like a stick. It's made of like sort of wood. It's stained, has some nice carvings in it.
Huh.
It's a little bit glamorous, but not.
Now, storyteller, out of character, is her granddaughter also a Boggin?
Her granddaughter is human, as far as you know.
Oh, okay. Is she Cathane?
Oh no, she's already well into her.
Well, I've heard of late
adult
bloomers.
life. Oh, of course, but no. I kept an eye on both my grandkids.
Yeah.
And she pauses for a second when she says that. But she's shown no signs. She is a very bright, intelligent woman, but she has nothing that suggests anything more than relation to me. My children weren't even kith.
It skipped a generation in my family. But
The fact that we have any familial ties to Chrysalis is always a marvel to me, because Chrysalis doesn't normally happen that way. You don't get families.
Oh.
You get houses and disparate random people.
no, and my kin, it tends to run in families.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind. I've heard that a couple of the Chrysalis were Ishu.
Yeah,
as you-
I'm going to be trying to help him out as long as I can.
I've also heard rumors that there is going to be an Ishu man coming into town.
Oh, really?
He's, I believe he's from Texas,
Oh,
I wanna say.
interesting.
or at least that's where he's coming from.
Yeah.
But just through my circles, I've heard that he's on his way towards Denver.
Maybe
So-
he is the mentor meant for these childlings.
Possibly.
And
Or
who
who
knows,
knows,
maybe
maybe-
I can learn a trick or two from him.
Who knows? I don't know much more about him than that.
Yeah.
Male, apparently darker skin, general description, but nothing solid.
hmm Oh, I'm the oddity amongst my kin. My family was, but we keep true.
I will admit I cannot say the same. I am as boggin can be. And she gives a bright smile. Her cheeks turn all rosy, which just highlights how much of a boggin she is
Oh,
even
yeah.
more. Their fey nature comes from comfort more than anything else.
And you are absolutely perfect at it, Granny Doris.
Thank you so much, dear.
Well, I won't keep you any longer. I know you have cakes to create.
I have cakes that I don't really need to make. You're right.
But you get
But
so
I'll
much joy from doing it.
And I will call my granddaughter and see if she can come and meet with you in some way.
That would be perfect.
And we'll see if we can get another sharp set of eyes for you.
Yeah, that would be perfect. Also, I got this weird thing. Somebody dropped off a gold, and she takes it out of her pocket.
Oh, you still have it? Okay.
Of course she does. She hasn't let go of this. I mean, her house might
Leave
get
it-
robbed.
Leave it on the mantle. Actually, yeah, someone would steal that much gold.
And she's got big old pockets on this, duster/robe she wears.
So you take it out and show it to
Yeah.
her? Oh, well, that's interesting. May I?
Yeah, go ahead.
She takes it and looks over it, dents it with her fingernail. Like, she seems to know what gold is and how you check for it.
Left it on my front doorstep and rang and ditched.
And you hear from down next to you, smelled like ink.
That's what Jali told me.
No, Jali said
Yeah,
that.
Jali said that. Oh, yeah.
He said quietly, but
Yeah.
smells like ink. Or smelled, sorry, past tense.
Okay, you're talking now. For real.
He tilts his head like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Obviously, he's growing now after all the excitement. He said he let me know it smelled like ink at first, but then it just smelled like gold.
I don't have the nose of a goat, so I don't know.
I don't know.
She hands it back to you.
And I couldn't sense anything weird about it myself. And I mean, I'm usually pretty quick to notice weird shit, but
At first, I thought it was like poured from a mold, but no, that looks like bismuth.
yeah, that was
That looks like the
converted to
actual-
gold. And she takes it out again. She said, are alchemists a thing?
I can say with some confidence, yes.
Okay, because that's what I'm
They
thinking
are.
happened here.
I thought the process was lead to gold, not bismuth. But
Well, if you can convert lead to gold, who says you can't do other things?
I suppose. Well, keep asking around.
Yeah.
And
I'm asking everybody I see if they know anything about it. Well, except for she, because I don't trust them. But
there are good she. It's just you have to sort through the muck. That's all.
nobody has time for that. Anyway, I have places to be.
Take care,
love you,
dear.
Granny Doris, and she kisses her on the cheek.
She gives you a pat on the shoulder and pats Jali as well, and just goes and then follows you out.
And thank you for the cake.
Of course, if you need any more, come back.
Of course. And she leaves.
And it's at the gift of a red velvet cake and a bit more information gained that I think we'll call this episode for tonight.
Excellent.
That was a good one, y'all.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. Woo! That was a session. Anyway, so Juni is out on travel right now. It is the holidays, and traveling is happening with multiple people. So if you are traveling for the holidays, please be safe, y'all, for real. Make sure to join our Discord, please, because this table was cast from Discord. There is a current casting call for a monthly game of Monster of the Week that I am running, and it closes on Friday. So you need to get your applications in if you want to play. Check the casting couch in our Discord. And you can catch back episodes in our YouTube. And we have loads of content there. Our Vampire Chronicles are there. Our Wraith Chronicle is there. Our Werewolf Chronicle is there. Our Mage Chronicle is there. Literally so much content. All of our one-shots and miniseries and stuff like that. It's insane, y'all. So we have so much content. Check it out. And if you like D&D or Call of Cthulhu, you can check out the Ishvel YouTube. That is where our European GM, Dr. Tisk, keeps her stuff. So please check that out and give it a subscribe as well, please. And also, we have amazing friends who stream on their own channels. Some of them are sitting right at this table. Ravnos Archon, what you got going on? You're on holiday break now, aren't you?
I am on holiday break, but I do have my own channel, and I run Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition on Mondays. Tuesdays, I alternate between Legend of the Five Rings and Werewolf the Wild West. And Thursdays, I alternate between 7th and Old Gods of Appalachia. But you can catch me here on Wednesdays playing the Grumpy Oscar, or in January on Fridays you can catch me playing Preacher Green in Shanky's stab at Old Gods of Appalachia, which I'm excited for.
So hyped for that. All right, thank you. And Mischievous Red, what you got going on?
Hi, I also stream on my own channel, but it's probably going to be a break because next Sunday is Christmas Eve. And so probably not going to stream then. But I do some artsy creative stuff. And that's on Mischievous Red. But I'm also here a lot too. I'll be in the Old Gods game that our Uncle Oski here is talking about. But in the meantime, I'm also in the Kansas City game on Fridays. So
yeah,
that's where I'm at.
All right. And also, Junie streams over at the RPG table. They are on holiday break right now, but they typically stream Saturdays with a Vampire Chronicle. So join them on Saturdays if you get the chance. Tell them the McStabber sent you. If you'd like to get merch, we are currently in process of getting artwork done of Uncle Oski, done chibi style, with little baby trolls. It's going to be epic. Once we get that, we are going to put it on merch for this game, y'all.
I don't think Uncle Oski's as big a thing as you guys think it is.
I will buy like 20. Okay.
We made it a big thing.
Y'all are easily getting another experience for that. That's amazing.
I will wear it on stream.
I will too. And I'll hang one up behind me too so people can really see it.
Oh, don't worry. This game will generate other memes. It's a Changeling game. It's the most
Changeling game. It's
World of
gonna do
Darkness
its
by
thing.
far.
I haven't even fully gone like full-born issue yet. So y'all, it's coming, okay? All right. So thank you. So check that out. Make sure you're also signed into Zazzle because some of our merch, especially for the Windy City, our Chicago Vampire Chronicle, had to be rated as adult due to language on the merch. So you need to be logged in so they can verify your age to see it. Like our Camp Wish a Motherfucker Would Camp Counselor t-shirt. It is baller, y'all. Y'all need to check it out. Okay. If you would like to support the amazing cast at this table, you can do so through bits or donations. The links for donation is currently in chat. Show us your biddies, y'all. For real. This cast is amazing, including this brand new storyteller, Maddox. Freaking amazing as a natural.
I'm all right.
And if you'd like to support the studio itself, including myself, because I don't take any of those biddies. I love seeing them showered on my fellow castmates, but I don't take any of those. I give them all to them. If you want to support us, you can subscribe here. If you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free subscription a month. You might consider giving that to us. Or you can donate to our KoFi, our coffee page, which the link is in chat, where basically Twitch doesn't get to take half because it's a horrible pimp. All right. And coming up over the next week, do we have Call of Cthulhu Saturday? Okay, appreciate it. Our tech guy, Shanky, is checking the schedule for me. Okay, perfect.
And yes, silent shout out to the tech weenie.
Yeah, because he's on the management channel. Y'all can't hear him. Okay. All right, so coming up over the next week, Friday, we have 8 p.m. Eastern. Kansas City, A Domain Divided, V5 Modern Knights game set in Kansas City, both in Kansas and Missouri. So join us for that because we are getting close to the end of the first season, y'all. We're getting real close. Yeah. And Red will be back. Yeah. There's some good story coming out of that. So, yeah, all the shit has happened this season. Oh my God. Trial by Fire has forged this freaking coterie. But yeah, so join us for Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern for that session. And of course, Saturday, there is no Call of Cthulhu. Tiss is on holiday break. She'll be returning on January 6th. And of course, Sunday, there is no marathon right now because Shanky, being tech on this game and running Vampire on Fridays, needs a break. Y'all, needs a break. He needs his weekends. So he's going to have his weekends, and I'm proud of him for advocating for himself and being like, no, I'm not going to do it. We're going to have a break. And I'm like, good. I'm proud of you because he needs that. So yeah, so none of that, but we'll be back here Wednesday with the next session of Changeling, 8 p.m. Eastern. And Junie will still be on travel at that time. Please be safe, Junie. Enjoy your time with your family. We love you.
Yes, may it be fruitful.
Yeah, absolutely. Enjoy your time. Have a safe trip back home when you are returning, and we will see you week after next, Junie. So we'll be here next week at Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And lastly, take care of yourself, y'all. Holidays be rough. There's a lot that you can find joy in at the holidays, but there's also a lot that can cause sadness during the holidays. So if you are struggling right now, please take care of yourself. If you are in crisis right now, in chat, hopefully, there will be a list of numbers for various crisis lines so that you can reach out to someone that can help you navigate your crisis, get the resources you need to get the help ongoing that you need. We just want our folks here to keep coming back for more great story. Take care of yourself, please.
And folks, as someone who's currently in the process of wading through the mud of getting back into like consistent therapy, it is a slog. It sucks. Adulting is bullshit. It is so fucking worth it.
Absolutely.
Trust me on that.
Absolutely.
The world is a better place with you in it.
Absolutely. And last but not least, please, 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 also taking care of you means taking care of your physical health too. Get your damn shots. Get your flu shot. Get your COVID booster. Or if you haven't been vaccinated for COVID, get your COVID shot. My God. For real. Hospitals are full. They are sending less acute COVID cases home from the ERs now because they do not have the beds. So please, please, Nursing homes are filling up. Please get your fucking shots. It's that time of year, y'all. It always spikes in the winter. And COVID ain't going anywhere. So start getting a fucking booster shot for it, just like you get a flu shot, for real. Because it ain't going anywhere, y'all. And they are just now really starting to learn the true long-term effects of the infection. And it ain't good, y'all. It ain't good. So please get your shots. And yeah, happy holidays if you celebrate any this time of year. Said with love. Good night, everybody.